we are just 2 weeks away from hitting the strip. Las Vegas high stakes in 2 weeks, June 3rd, UWF Premium Live event right here on YouTube at Upstate Remy. But happy Wednesday, everybody. It is your host, your commentator, Remy speaking. Let's get right into today's matches. Up first, we have Gus Novell taking on Nick Wayne in the opening match. One-on-one action. Nick Wayne making his in-ring UWF debut. Then we have Jordan Price, Mad Dog West, of course. Mad Dog West a few weeks away from going after the Hardcore Championship. But then we have Pierre Chamberlain, Satoshi Kasamatsu, Television Championship semifinals. And then we have Open Challenge again, second week in a row. Jaden Payne putting up his precious Hardcore Championship. Chris Roberts, Eddie King still looking to prove himself to go versus Thea and her Openweight Championship. Wesley Parker and Myers rematch from episode 5. The first match was a 5-star classic. Then this match later on tonight, UWF Openweight Champion Thea. A few words to say later on. For the main event, we have Seth Rollins, the Architect, taking on Lazarus Hyde, and Lazarus Hyde is generous enough to put up his title on the line in tonight's main event. Up first, we have Gus Novell versus Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne's in-ring debut here in UWF. Gus Novell, of course, lost a few weeks back to TJ Frost, but of course, you can't take it away from Gus Novell. TJ Frost is a very tough opponent, and next week, TJ Frost will actually be going up against Lazarus Hyde. And if TJ wins versus Lazarus Hyde, he gets a shot at high stakes for the World Championship, of course, unless if Seth Rollins dethrones Lazarus Hyde tonight, then it'll be Seth Rollins versus TJ. TJ can win next week, but that's later down the line next week. Next week's issue. Today we got Gus Novell on our screens versus Nick Wayne. Of course, personally, me, myself, and I'm a little bit of a newer viewer to Nick Wayne's work, but I've been loving what I've been seeing over at AEW, ROH. Great competitor, great wrestler. Nick Wayne is him. But Nick Wayne has a tough task ahead of him in his in-ring UWF debut versus Gus Novell. Of course, the Prodigy, ROH, AEW versus CMV, UWF. I mean, it's like worlds colliding. No pun intended. This is Nick Wayne. If you don't know his work, I recommend looking him up on YouTube. He definitely has highlights. And if you don't want to only see highlights, just watch his full matches. Nick Wayne, I mean, is a prodigy to say the least. I still can't believe Nick Wayne is in a UWF arena. Upstate Wrestling Federation. Gus Novell, of course, I'll be honest, when Gus Novell had his first match here in UWF, I was excited. I'm still excited. I mean, Gus Novell with a big win over Mike Magnum Maxwell a few weeks back in his debut. Then he unfortunately lost to TJ Frost, but looking to pick it back up here against the Prodigy, Nick Wayne. And this match is about to start. The opening for tonight. We have 7 matches here today. Of course, Gus Novell, Nick Wayne starting things off, and oh my, just a drop kick to the face, sending Nick Wayne down to the mat, starting this thing off, locking up. Collar and elbow tie up, and the ref, has to break it up, of course. On the ropes there, you got to break it up. And Nick Wayne with a chop to the throat of Gus Novell. The dirty tactics from both these men. Both these men can play dirty, let me tell you. And oh my God, dropping the shoulder right on the knee of Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne, of course, young, up and coming in the world, of course. Very impressive. And look at that leg. No. Missing the leg drop there. Gus Novell getting out of the way and locking up again. Nick Wayne, if I'm not mistaken, is a few inches ahead of Gus with his height advantage. And look at the back suplex down to Gus. Nick Wayne kicking things off a little early in this matchup. And look at Gus Novell fighting back without left forearm. And look at Gus with the corner! Taking one out of Nick Wayne's playbook. Looking like the Wayne's World. And the discus boot. Gus Novell not playing around here today versus Nick Wayne. Gus Novell needs this win. Look at Nick Wayne. The cutter. The stunner. off that springboard. And the leg drop. Nick Wayne is not letting off the gas. And look at this. Just scrape to the face. Maybe a little bit. Maybe he's, you know, letting off the gas just a little bit. But Nick Wayne, what's this? Super kick to the knee off the middle rope. Looking like a code red. Dropping him on his head. Gus Novel's in trouble. A little bit of CTE never hurt anybody. I'm just kidding. But Nick Wayne frustrated. I mean, I would be too. That code red is dangerous. And look at Nick Wayne looking for the prodigy Plex, hooking the leg. That could be it. And no, Gus Novel kicking out. What a move, Nick Wayne, a textbook Nick Wayne. Back in the corner now, Gus Novel. No, Gus with the elbow up. Gus needs something here. Gus needs a little bit of offense in this matchup. He needs some defense as well. Nick Wayne has this match right where he, I mean, not right now. Gus Novel has Nick Wayne where he wants, but look, as I say that, Nick Wayne taking it into his own hands, but Gus Novel backing up. Waist lock from Gus. Locking up, but Nick Wayne with that roundhouse kick to the gut. And now setting Gus up right where he wants him. Nick Wayne, Irish whip right in the corner. And now working on that arm of Gus, wearing down his opponent as we speak. What an opener so far in this show. Gus Novel, look at the death drop. The death drop. Scorpion death drop from Gus Novel. And back in the corner, Gus. No, Nick Wayne a step ahead. Went for the knee strike, but look at Gus. Gus Novel. The feral wolf fangs. 1, 2, no! Nick Wayne, shoulder up in time. Gus, what do you have to do to put Nick Wayne away? And oh my God, what a DDT. What a DDT. Gus dragging Nick Wayne to the corner. And no, Nick Wayne again, elbow up. Escaping the corner, waistlock, but no, elbow by Gus, right to the face. And look at, no, Nick Wayne trying to go for a clothesline, but Gus Novel instead. Little arm drag, cartwheel, knee right to the face. Gus Novel. The Arabian press moonsault, no, knees up in time from Nick Wayne, the athletic. Oh my God! Another code red from Nick Wayne. In the corner, Wayne's World! For the cover, the leg is hooked, no! Nick Wayne, what do you have to do to win this match? The Irish whip from Nick Wayne, the kitchen sink, the knee to the gut, sending Gus down. Nick Wayne is probably upset. It looks like he has to do whatever it takes to put away Gus. Gus on the apron, but the shoulder to the gut there. And look at, oh my God. Take one out of Nick Wayne's playbook! Gus Novel on the hardest part of the ring. The apron. Head first. Talk about CTE. And of course the ref starting the count. And Nick Wayne now working on that leg. Nick Wayne's head is going to be feeling it. No. Gus Novel tried something there, but couldn't get it. And no, went for the standing moonsault, but Gus rolling out of the way. The ref at a 6 count, got to get back in the ring. But Nick Wayne, elbows to the midsection. And now, tossing Gus and Nick Wayne back in the ring at a 7 count. Gus needs to get up, and Nick Wayne wants him to get up. Nick Wayne wants this, but never. I don't think Nick Wayne wants to win fair. I suppose he wants to win by count out, taking the coward's way out, and 9 count, and the ref is in the ring right at the 9, right at the 10, and Nick Wayne, no, Gus has him from behind. Gus Novel, but Nick Wayne with another roundhouse kick in the to the midsection. Another moonsault, no. Gus getting out of the way there. And look at Gus. Another Feral Wolf Fangs for the cover. Deep hook on the leg. And Gus Novell takes it home. What a win for Gus Novell here today on this fabulous Wednesday. And what a fantastic way to start off this show. Gus Novell. Nick Wayne took Gus Novell to his limit. What a win, and what a debut for Nick Wayne, but what a win for Gus Novell.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, the Death Valley Daredevil, A.D. Harris. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm taking a week off. I'm coming off a successful title defense and a successful champion versus champion victory. But don't get it twisted. While I'm out here having a time of my life living it up, I want to congratulate Mr. Pierre and Mr. Satoshi for making it to the semifinals of my TV title tournament. But I'm going to just let you gentlemen know one thing. It don't matter which one of y'all steps up. Come June 3rd at UWF High Stakes, y'all gonna step up just to get stood over. Because I'm coming from the trenches to your TV.
And for our next match, we have Jordan Price already in the ring. But he is going up against a dog, a beast. This is Mad Dog Wes. Of course, Mad Dog Wes is already officially set to face Jaden Payne at High Stakes for the Hardcore Championship. Mad Dog Wes is looking to dominate, looking to prove himself even more, although he thinks that he doesn't have to prove himself anymore. But he's here today, coming to work after playing a few mind games with Jaden Payne the last few weeks. Mad Dog Wes, he's been making his name known the last few months in notable e-feds, of course, one known as FPW. And now he's here in UWF. He's been here the last few weeks. He's been here since First Destination, where he cut Jaden Payne's celebration short after winning the Hardcore Championship. And Mad Dog Wes putting his name into the conversation for the Hardcore title. And Mad Dog Wes he's hoping for a match at High Stakes for the Hardcore Championship. But the question is, will he get it? I mean, it probably will, let's be honest. He most likely will get a shot in Las Vegas on the Strip. Sin City. Mad Dog Wes, he attacked Jaden Payne in Canada. He's been playing mind games with Jaden Payne. He wants the Hardcore Championship. He even last week said he was talking about Jaden Payne's past and who he is as a person. Mad Dog Wes is in the head of Jaden Payne. But today, Mad Dog Wes has to get the job done versus Jordan Price. We have Mad Dog Wes. That is Jordan Price on screen, but Mad Dog Wes, the dog himself, making an impact, debuting a few weeks back in Canada by attacking the newly crowned before he could even celebrate. Attacking Jaden Payne and calling his shot for the Hardcore title. I mean, that is one way to make a statement here in UWF. And Mad Dog Wes has done it. Back suplex, starting this thing off early. Of course, in 2 weeks' time, Mad Dog Wes is looking to go up against Jaden Payne for the Hardcore Championship. But Mad Dog Wes, of course, it would look even better if he were to get the W against Jordan Price here tonight. So, Jordan Price, of course, has a rocky start here in UWF. Of course, versus Lazarus Hyde that one time. Now against Mad Dog West, some tough opponents to start his career off here in UWF. And a look at Jordan Price moonsault. Perfect moonsault. Going for the cover. Kick out at a 1. Mad Dog West, of course, like I said, his name is going around a few different E-Feds. Definitely someone you want to keep your eye on. I do recommend E-Feds to scout out Mad Dog West. He is someone that you would love to have on your roster. But of course, be careful because he is not scared to bend and break the rules a little bit. And look at this, the Golden Glide from Jordan Price. And look at Jordan Price going for the Price tag. That could end it right here. That could be it. Said and done. No. What a kick out from Mad Dog West. Early on in this matchup, Mad Dog West might just be in trouble. And it's hard to say that with someone like Mad Dog West. Mad Dog West, he is a powerhouse, but he's not afraid to get flashy. Look at Jordan Price in a slugfest with someone like Mad Dog West. Is not where you want to be. But Jordan Price, obviously, as you can see, not scared of a little back and forth action. Mad Dog West wants it. Mad Dog West wants the best out of his opponents. And he is getting that with Jordan Price here today early on in this matchup. Jordan Price, young, upcoming, eager, hungry. Those right fists by both the men. And Mad Dog West has the advantage. But Jordan Price elbows to the midsection. Here we go. Look at Jordan Price. Has West up, but West just picking his opponent up, deadlifting him with a running power slam. What a slam from Mad Dog West. Price is in trouble. The 7-3-4 to the 7-1-3. No. Kick out from Price. Mad Dog West is unbelievable in this matchup. Look at this. Has him up and down. He goes. One last. Oh no. What a match already. What a match from these two. Mad Dog West up top. Like I said, he's not afraid to get a little flashy. Big shoulder block off the top. West putting his body on the line. But Price fighting back with that forearm. Has West up, but West again. Just 2 steps ahead from his opposition. Going for the cover. His feet up on the ropes, but the ref. Amazing call from a referee here tonight. I mean, this ref has been on top of this all match. The ref has been on top of it. You know, look at Price with the knees to the lower back. And Mad Dog West, look behind you with the Price tag once again for the cover. And what a kick out from Mad Dog West in this matchup. What a match this is. Jordan Price, what does he have to do to put away Mad Dog West? The springboard, what a kick from Price. What a kick indeed. Up top now, going for it again. The Golden Glide, no! Moving out of the way now. Mad Dog West has him up where he wants him. Irish whip. Stray bullet! Just folding his opponent in half like a lawn chair. But Mad Dog West is not quite done yet. And, no, DDT from Jordan Price going for the cover. I thought Mad Dog West was going to do something, but instead Price with a DDT out of nowhere. Now Price, blocking that kick. Mad Dog West, but Price blow to the back. Look at Price now, the jabs, the slaps, the forearms, the combos, has him up. And just a power bomb, planting West down for the cover. Has him folded, and with a no! I thought that was it. I genuinely thought that was the match. And look at the disrespect from Price. And the blood. I think Mad Dog West has a cut on his face somewhere. I see some blood. And I look at Jordan Price, looking for a springboard, but Mad Dog West stops him, pushing him up on the ropes. Look at West now. West, Irish Whip, has him up. What a forearm to knock him out. 1, 2, 3. What a match. Mad Dog West is your winner. What a match for Mad Dog West. Going right to Vegas to face Jaden Payne for the Hardcore Championship.
Oh my golly! Rosa Sepulcro!
Hola Jimmy, I'm from the Dreams Do Come True Foundation. You're ready to wrestle?
You bet! Honey, get the camera! Rosa's here! Hold on! Go. Alright, now I'm ready. It's like, oh my golly! Help!
It looks so real.
Don't count on Twisted Shock Energy to do anything, but give you energy.
For the last few weeks, Pierre Chamberlain and Satoshi Kasamatsu have been going back and forth in this tournament. And they are finally here in the semifinals. The final match before reaching the television championship. Pierre Chamberlain went through Kai Cash. He went through Adonis Blade. Satoshi Kasamatsu, he went through Brian Renholt and Brooke Wilson. Now you can debate on who had the easier path, but in my unbiased opinion, the paths that these two men went through were not easy at all. Especially Pierre Chamberlain. Adonis Blade is a former world champion in his own right, and Kai Cash, former tag team champion. He is the runner-up for World Championship Gold in some companies. Brian Redholt is champion in other companies. These two, for the last few weeks, have been putting it all on the line to reach one championship, and that is AD Harris's television championship. And whoever wins this will go on in 2 weeks of time. They will face AD Harris in Vegas on the Strip at Sin City at high stakes for the UWF Television Championship. Of course, we mentioned AD Harris a lot through this tournament. That's because he's watching close by. He's the champion that these people are fighting to get to. AD Harris is also the Golden Generation's leader. AD Harris, you have a rough task in Vegas. I wish you luck, because after all these matches from Satoshi Kasamatsu and Pierre Chamberlain, their bodies are worn, they are torn, and that might be your advantage going into Vegas to defend your championship. But trust me, going through all these opponents every week, I mean, that just makes them even more hungrier to win your championship. And the respect from Pierre Chamberlain and Satoshi Kasamatsu, the respect, you love to see it. And what a kick from Kasamatsu. The moonsault, going for the early cover, could pick up an early, easy win, but no, only a 1 count. Satoshi Kasamatsu, oh my, what a drop kick, sending Pierre back into the corner. Pierre Chamberlain, of course, a member of the Kingdom. Speak of the Kingdom, Ari Santiago and Ray Rogan will defend their tag team titles against either the Golden Generation or the Diamond Wolves. Again, those two teams will collide next week. The go-home show before High Stakes, they will compete to see who will go versus the Kingdom for the tag team championships. Now look at these two lock it up. Satoshi got the hold of the wrist of Pierre, but Pierre back at, oh my god. Real grasp is showing here on full display here in upstate New York. But Pierre, again, just working on that shoulder, working on that arm of Satoshi, and the kick to the back. Not pretty, but it is effective. Went for the bottom rope moonsault, but couldn't get anything there. But Pierre has a hold of the waist from behind, just wrenching on it. Pierre, it looks like Satoshi has a hold of the ropes, but I don't think the ref can see it. And though there's the headlock takedown from Pierre, wrenching on the head. Satoshi trying to get out of it, trying to get some wiggle room, but can't seem to get it. And Satoshi breaks free. And again, locking up. But Pierre kick to the midsection and the drop kick to the knee. Gotta do what you gotta do, even if it's a little dirty. This is your ticket to go for the television championship. Pierre now. And the German suplex, the bridging German for the cover. No. What a close call, though, off that German suplex. I love a good German suplex. And the drop kick to the knee again. That might be Pierre's game plan going into this match. Work on the limbs of Satoshi so he can't get those strong kicks in, because Satoshi, his legs are like made of steel. If he kicks you, you're going to be breathing shallow for a week. So take his legs out and you may just win the match. But look at Kasamatsu with the kick off the top. What a kick. And like I was saying, the legs, the kicks of Satoshi, he trains his legs to be his most powerful weapon in his arsenal. I mean, we can just see it when we watch him fight. He uses his legs a lot. So Pierre keeps on working on the legs, and possibly Pierre can win the match. But look at Kasamatsu getting out of that. These two got to get in the ring. They're at a 6 count. Pierre, though, dropping Kasamatsu. At a 7 count, they got to get in the ring. This cannot end by a counter. If it does, what happens? What happens at High Stakes? 8 count, they got to get in the ring. Kasamatsu is in the ring. At a 9, and Pierre's in the ring. Look, oh my god, what a kick, but Pierre just ate that kick. And look at Kasamatsu, Irish whip to Pierre. And oh, like I was saying, the kicks, the strong kicks from Kasamatsu. And look at this, Michinoku driver. And you can debate that this is a rope break, but the ref, I guess, doesn't care. 2 count. 2 count. And look at Pierre, but Kasamatsu has him up. Go! 2! Sleep! It looked a little awkward, but nonetheless, he hit it and he kicks out. Pierre Chamberlain with the strong kick out. Satoshi Kasamatsu going for it again. Another go! 2! Sleep for the cover. Pierre Chamberlain's in trouble. No! What a kick out from Pierre Chamberlain. What a kick out. Pierre back on his feet. And look at Satoshi Kasamatsu, that sling blade. Now calling Pierre up to his feet on the apron. Off the springboard, and what a kick again, right to the chest of Pierre Chamberlain. Rolling out of the ring, wise move. Can't get pinned outside the ring. So that's a wise move from Pierre. And now working on the leg of Pierre Chamberlain. Stomps to the body, but Pierre, no, the kitchen sink from Satoshi Kasamatsu. How impressive are these two tonight? I mean, for the last few weeks, they've been impressive. Knocking off Adonis Blade or knocking off Brian Reynolds is not an easy task. German suplex and both men are down at a 7 count. The ref, Pierre, on his feet at an 8 count. Satoshi has to get back in the ring, and he gets in the ring at an 8. Satoshi Kasamatsu sending Pierre, has him up, kick to the midsection. What a kick, but Pierre back on his feet, and the drop kick, sending Pierre back in the corner. Satoshi springboard moonsault connects. Picture perfect moonsault from Kasamatsu on the apron. But Pierre back in the ring. And look at Kasamatsu with a kick again. Another kick from Kasamatsu. That kick is deadly right to the chest. And now back up top. Coup de grace. That is gotta be it. Kasamatsu on his way to Vegas. No. That was a desperate kick out from Pierre. And oh my god, the running knee. The running knee from Kasamatsu. And the moonsault knees up in time. Look at Pierre now. Went for the running knee of his own. Missing the kick widely. Springboard. Oh my, missing the kick. Pierre ducking it. Now Kasamatsu Irish whip right into the ref. Turning Pierre around, but Pierre turning back. No, this is turning into a slugfest between these two. Pierre Chamberlain in the pink and white. Kasamatsu in the black and white. The new gear from Pierre, love to see it. You got Micah Monet on the outside at ringside by Pierre's feet right there. The UWF Women's World Champion. And look at Kasamatsu, these combinations, these strong hits. Strong kicks from Kasamatsu. A roundhouse right to the midsection and going up top once again. Coup de grace for the cover. Another kick out. What a match. This match is absolutely insane. Satoshi Kasamatsu putting everything on the line to go to Vegas. And what a power bomb. Just planting Pierre out. Kasamatsu now in the corner. What is this? Going for it again. The running knee. Busting open Pierre Chamberlain for the cover. No. Pierre is bleeding heavily on his head. Kasamatsu. No, Pierre up on his feet. Another running knee. Another running knee strike. And look at Kasamatsu back in the corner. Once again, another running knee strike. To Vegas. No. Frustration on the face of Kasamatsu. I mean, the moonsault. I mean, it's reasonably so for Kasamatsu. Anybody this late into a match will be frustrated. How much more pain does Satoshi Kasamatsu have to give Pierre Chamberlain to win this match? Kasamatsu dragging Pierre to a corner, and he goes right into it, face first. Uh-oh, Kasamatsu. No, Pierre kick to the shoulder. I got Pierre Chamberlain ducking down. Up and over. Pierre with the forearm. The blood dripping down the right side of the face of Pierre. I don't know if he can even see the underhook suplex right into the corner. Can Pierre even see with that blood on his right eye? Uh-oh. Pierre Chamberlain in the corner with the super kick. No, blocked by Kasamatsu. Has him up. Michinoku driver. Satoshi Kasamatsu is inches away, dragging his opponent to the middle of the ring for the cover. Deep hook on the leg. 1, 2, no. Dragging his opponent could cost him, but again, you don't want your opponent to get a rope break. Satoshi Kasamatsu, Irish whip to Pierre, tossing him up, forearm right to the face. That's gotta be it for the cover. Another kick out. What are we watching? Pierre Chamberlain wants this. He needs this television championship. Satoshi Kasamatsu doing whatever it takes. He went for the blockbuster, but Pierre moving out of the way now. The springboard drop kick, sending Satoshi down. Now Pierre, Irish whip, sending Satoshi into the corner. Full speed ahead, the clothesline. Going to the apron. Look at Pierre on the apron, sizing up Satoshi, springboard, went for the blockbuster, but I think all the blood, all the sweat in the eyes of Pierre, he can't see, unfortunate, but Pierre can still fight back. Pierre Chamberlain can still fight back, dragging Satoshi into the corner. Oh, not again, Pierre. The dragon screw right to the leg, trying to take those legs out, and look at this. Pierre, although he's bleeding, although he's sweating, he's still smiling. And Satoshi went for a kick there, but caught him with a forearm to the back. The lower back is hurting. And the drop kick, sending Pierre down in a stomp right to the arm. Look at Kasamatsu calling his shot to Pierre. Another go to no. Pierre, whose elbows getting off of that the shoulders of Kasamatsu. The combos going for the submission on the leg. The leg is trapped, but Kasamatsu easily getting out of it. Just crawling through the blood to the corner with Micah Morimone in there, the UWF Women's World Champion. And look at Pierre. Another clothesline. Going to the apron again, looking for it again. Maybe a blockbuster. Can he connect it this time? Pierre Chamberlain. Springboard blockbuster. No, again. Off the mark. Pierre, unlucky. Very unfortunate in this match. Look at Kasamatsu, but Pierre fighting back. Kick to the midsection. Look at Pierre Chamberlain. Went for a powerbomb, but no. Kasamatsu, those right hooks down to Pierre. The running knee again for the cover. That's gotta do it. No. What has to give? What has to happen for one of these men to win and punch their ticket into Las Vegas, Nevada? Casinos, gambling, the Strip, Sin City. Oh my God, the double knees, the shimmy. Kasamatsu's loving this. And look at Kasamatsu. Satoshi calling for the end, but no. Pierre with the reverse DDT. Look at all the blood on the mat, by the way. Look at the blood on the body of Pierre Chamberlain. Look at this. Pierre, reverse Irish whip. The forearm, no! Pierre caught him with the kick. The disaster kick from Kasamatsu. Go for the cover. What a kick out. Jesus Christ. But look at Pierre went for a basement drop kick to the knee. Now Pierre, the right hook, has him up. Look at Pierre Chamberlain with the, oh my, the package spinning pile driver. Going for the cover. And if you just saw Pierre, he was stumbling. I mean, kick out from Kasamatsu, he was stumbling. Pierre is not in a good way right now. Pierre might need medical attention after this. The moonsault. Going for the cover. No. Pierre's not in a good way. Pierre's frustrated. Pierre's hurt. We need a doctor on standby. But who would want to stop this match? Someone needs to win this match. There has to be a winner in this match. Sit up powerbomb. This can't be a draw. This can't be a tie. And look at this. Pierre Chamberlain with the sharpshooter locked in. Look at Pierre, the blood on his face, running down. And look at that. Pierre Chamberlain is your winner. And he is going on to Las Vegas to face A.D. Harris for the television championship. What a win for Pierre Chamberlain. Up next, we have, for the second week in a row, we have Jaden Payne and his Hardcore Open Challenge. Of course, we saw Mad Dog West earlier defeat Jordan Price. Now we have Jaden Payne last week defeating Tommaso Ciampa. And now this week, we have another open challenge. Who is going to accept this challenge? It can be anybody in the locker room. It can be a woman, a man, It could be somebody from a different company. Who is it going to be? Of course, we're just 2 weeks out from high stakes, from going to Vegas. Don't ask how we can afford Vegas. Just know I may or may not have asked for a loan from a local bank, okay? But besides the point, Jaden Payne, our hardcore champion, he's been on a tear. Of course, Tommaso Ciampa was one of many. And now, open challenge up next. Jaden Payne, you've been doing your thing. Of course, Mad Dog West cut your celebration short a few weeks back when you won this championship against Jack Dale. But don't let that stop you from going crazy, because these open challenges, people love to see these. People love these open challenges, especially the UWF roster, because anybody in the UWF roster can come out here and accept this open challenge. So of course they love it, the fans love it, I love it. Let's do it again. Jaden Payne awaiting for his opponent. Who is it going to be? That is Millie Richards, Martina Richards. Millie Richards herself got a massive win the other week against Yuri Stevens. And now she's here answering this Hardcore Championship Open Challenge. Millie Richards, I would never take her for someone that wants to dive into the hardcore division, but she's here today and she's here to take Jaden Payne up on this challenge. Millie Richards, of course, debuting a few weeks back against Yuri Stevens. Hard challenge, but Cameron Blade, of course, saw that Yuri was trying to escape the building, but Cameron threw her right back in, and now we have Millie Richards versus Jaden Payne for the Hardcore Championship as they're getting ready. And wait a second. That's Franco Valentine. What is Franco Valentine doing here? That's his music, and he's here in the building. Franco Valentine is here. Is this going to be a triple threat? Hardcore Open Challenge? Possibly. I mean, Franco, of course, someone that's been hungry and eager to get into a title conversation. Franco, if you're gonna talk your talk, you better walk the walk. You better come out swinging. If this is really what you want, if this is really what you desire, you better come out swinging. Jaden Payne putting up his Hardcore Championship against two people. Now the odds are really against Jaden Payne, because in a triple threat match, the champion does not have to get pinned to lose the championship. We have Millie Richards going up against Jaden Payne. That's the champion, Jaden Payne, against Franco Valentine. Triple threat rules. Weapons are allowed. Of course, Hardcore Championship on the line. Weapons are allowed. What a German suplex. Weapons are allowed. There are no disqualifications. There are no countouts. But one pinfall, one submission. Whoever gets pinned, whoever submits, becomes the winner. So Jaden Payne does not have to get pinned. Jaden Payne does not have to get submitted. Jaden Payne has to pin, or he has to make someone tap the fuck out. Whether it's Millie Richards, whether it's Franco Valentine, Jaden Payne has to make one of them tap or pin them 1, 2, 3 to keep his championship. Of course, this is big because Jaden Payne is scheduled to fight Mad Dog West in Las Vegas. But what if Millie or Franco wins? Then they'll be facing Mad Dog West at Las Vegas. Just think about it. Just think about it. But with that being said, Franco Valentine, if I'm not mistaken, I could be really wrong. I didn't do my research. I could be very wrong. But I think Franco and Jaden Payne have history back in TWF. I could be wrong. I have a shit memory. But, oh my god, Jaden Payne went for a cutter. But instead, catching the backside of Millie. And Franco taking advantage with that drop kick. And now look at the coffin drop to the lower back of Millie. Of course, Millie being the only woman in this, you would think she would be the underdog. But Millie, I feel like she has everything on her side. She has the momentum after defeating Yuri Stevens a few weeks back. But again, last week, Jaden Payne beat Tommaso Ciampa to retain his hardcore championship. So whether it's Jaden Payne or Millie, I mean, I think either one of them have the momentum. But look at Jaden Payne working on the legs of Franco. And now Jaden with a waist lock to Millie, but Millie elbow up in time. And what a kick! Now Franco has Millie up. Olympic slam! Franco Valentine fired up on all cylinders now. Working on the arm, working on the hand of Millie. And now look at Franco with that drop kick. Going for the cover. Wait a second. But Millie breaking it up at a 1 count. Franco Valentine. What an appearance! Went for the poison Rana, it looked like. But instead, Jaden Payne with that backbreaker. Now Millie reverse edge from Jaden Payne right into the ref. The ref getting in the way, and Millie kicked to the midsection. And look at Franco out of nowhere. The cartwheel Alabama slam from Franco Valentine. And now look at Jaden getting in the mix. But Franco elbows to the midsection. And now the right hand, the elbow, the kick, the forearm. And now look at Millie with the drive-by knee strike. Going for the cover. Oh my god, Millie Richards could do it. Millie Richards could. No. Just a 1 count. Millie Richards. That moonsault to the lower back of Franco Valentine. Now Millie working on both men now. But bumping right to Millie is Jaden Payne, the champion. Unloading on Millie. That chop to the. Oh my, going for a spear, but Millie moving out of the way, picking him up, and look at Millie now. But Franco, that forearm to the face of Millie Richards. These three are going crazy. Now look at Franco and Jaden Payne working together, it looks like, with Millie up on their shoulders. Planting her out on that canvas. The painkiller out of nowhere to retain. That's the opportunity. But no. Franco Valentine kicking out at a strong 2 count. Now look at Payne with that arm locked in and that foot locked in now. But the ref getting knocked back from Millie, and Millie breaking it up with a drop kick. But look at Payne going for the cover right in front of Millie. That's not really a wise move to do, right in front of Millie Richards, Martina. And now look at Payne and Millie staring off, and another drive-by knee strike. Millie Richards loves that knee strike. I don't blame her for a second. What a sent off that springboard. And then I got Franco. Waist lock has Millie up. Oh my god. Dropping her on her head with that dragon suplex for the drop kick. But Franco getting out of the way now. Springboard. Looking like a right hand down to Jaden. But look at Franco. But no, Millie. Franco and Millie going back and forth. Went for the chop, but couldn't get it. Look at Millie now. Fired up. All three people are up. And look at Millie. What a power bomb for the cover. But the champion's right there to break it up. The champion is not going to let that slide. This is his precious championship we're talking about. He went through hell versus Jack Dale numerous weeks back in Canada to be champion, to be hardcore champion. He's not going to go down easily without a fight. And look at Millie. Millie missing that drop kick. Franco, though, has Millie right where he wants her, but Millie reversal on the apron. But Millie trying to focus on Jaden Payne, maybe the wise move. And look at Millie. Look at Millie in the corner. Sizing up the champ. Drop kick to the head. And look at Franco. Kinshasa. What a sequence from these three. And look at Payne in the corner with Franco. But Franco. And look at, oh my god, right into Millie. And then look at Franco with a roll up. But Millie breaking it up. One of the challengers breaking it up. And look at Millie. Drop kick. Sending Franco down to the mat. Franco rolling out of the way. Wise move from a challenger. But Millie right on it. Now working on the champ. What's this? Going for like a float over Uranagi from Millie. Now going for the cover. And Franco was dazed for a hot minute, but breaking it up. course, triple threat action. These matches can go on for a long, long time. And now kick to the midsection. BFT from Franco! Franco planting Millie's head right on the mat. And now Franco unloading on Jaden. The kick to the midsection. And now picking Jaden up from the head. Going for a blocking it. A suplex from Payne. The waist lock from Millie. Dragging the champ all the way to the corner. Now Payne fighting back. Payne killer! Going for the submission again on Millie. But look at Franco. He's right there in your face, Payne. He's right there to break it up. Look at Franco now. Franco again off of that submission hold. The Kinshasa connects right to the face. And oh my god, elbow drop to the leg of Millie. But Franco taking advantage. And look at Payne getting out of the suplex position with a chop to the back of the knee. And now, look at Payne. Has Franco up and plants him out on the mat. And Millie heads down to the head, but Payne with a clothesline. And Payne stalking Millie now. Has her up. With a, oh my god, what a suplex. The leg is hooked, and Franco is dazed on the apron. Kick out for Millie. Now Franco back in the match, back in the ring, going for a cutter, but unfortunately Jaden was not close to the position to get hit with a cutter. Instead, oh my, Jaden was stomped to the, oh my, unpredictable assault from Jaden. And now going for the cover. Franco's in trouble. And what a kick out. Unpredictable assault. Out of nowhere, that could happen. And look at Franco, unfortunate, but Payne, what a kick to the face. And now look at Payne, sizing him up, and Millie trying to get in the way. A hit to both men, the poison rana to the champ. And now look at Franco. Millie out of the way now, some combos to Franco. Now, Jaden, but no, Franco bashing their heads together. And now has Millie up on his shoulder, dumping her out of the ring. And look at Payne, kick to the midsection. Graham's end for the cover to retain. And Jaden Payne does it. Jaden Payne with a cover to retain his hardcore championship and still UWF hardcore champion Jaden Payne. And it is safe to say, if there's another open challenge for next week, if Jaden Payne retains and keeps his title, it'll be Jaden Payne versus Mad Dog Wes in Las Vegas. For our next match up, we have Eddie King going up against United Elite's very own Chris Roberts. Eddie King is still on a run to see if he can prove himself to Thea to go to Vegas for the Openweight Championship. And as we see, Roxanne 6 is by Eddie's side. This is going to be a crazy matchup. Chris Roberts and F.H. Jones, they were in the tag team tournament, but unfortunately losing to the Diamond Wolves. And in a 5-star classic, Eddie King actually defeated Switchblade Jay White in an open challenge of Eddie King's own. Impressive match that was. Eddie King going up against Chris Roberts. This is another test for Eddie King. To see if Eddie King is worthy. To see if Eddie King can go toe-to-toe with Thea for the open weight championship. Thea has been looking on closely to Eddie King to make sure that he wins by the book. And surely Eddie King can do it here today against Chris Roberts, but Chris Roberts is not going to go down without a fight. Chris Roberts will give it Eddie King's all. Chris Roberts, definitely a TWF OG back in the day. He knows the way around the ring. And he isn't afraid to bring it to Eddie King. Chris Roberts, I mean, he debuted versus his own friend FH Jones back in Canada. But now it's Chris Roberts against Eddie King. There's Eddie King on your screen with Chris Roberts on the other side. Of course, Eddie King has Roxanne 6 at ringside for him. And here we go. Eddie King, Chris Roberts facing off in this matchup on this Wednesday, of course. High stakes in Las Vegas, Nevada is in 2 weeks' time, June 3rd. I'll probably start the show a few hours early because it is going to be a long show. It's Las Vegas. It's going to be one of our biggest shows that we will ever do. Of course, we had First Destination. That was a pretty good show. I mean, our first PLE here in UWF history. And then we're going to be in Las Vegas, man. Sin City. And look at Eddie King and Chris Roberts with this absolute back and forth, these chops. And Eddie King wants Chris Roberts to bring everything he has. And now look at Eddie King and Chris Roberts back and forth. And Eddie King telling Chris to bring it here with a roll-up. Shoulders are down, but not even a 1 count. Can't even go for the senton, but Chris Roberts rolling out of the way. Axe handle right to the head. But Eddie King went for a springboard, but Chris caught him with the waist lock. Now, arm drag going into the headlock. The Graps are grapping here today in UWF. And now back on their feet. Headlock still applied. Eddie King getting pushed to the ropes. Chris Roberts, kitchen sink. Textbook offense, textbook graps from both of these men. Now look at Roxanne 6 trying to get involved, and she does, distracting Chris Roberts. Oh my, what a cheap shot from Eddie King. But Chris got him with the mounted punches. Down to Eddie. Chris back on his feet now, fired up. Eddie King's in trouble. Chris Roberts throwing Eddie King, but back with a power slam. Chris Roberts going to the corner. In the corner now, look at Chris. Chris Roberts. The vein splitter for the cover. Kick out from Eddie King. Going up top. Chris Roberts. Wait a second. Calling Eddie King up to his feet. And went for the clothesline, but couldn't get it. The kick to Chris. And now Chris Irish up in the corner. And look at Eddie King just throwing the ref in his way. And look, it's a steel chair. Roxanne 6. She is getting involved, but Chris Roberts is shutting it down. The chair in the middle of the ring and the ref is knocked down. But Chris Roberts is still in control. And Chris Roberts digging those feet right into his chest. The ref is still down, and Eddie King with a spear out of nowhere. Just, oh my, folding Chris Roberts' body. And now look at Eddie King, and look at this. The King Killer Lariat. Eddie King's on a roll, and the ref back up to his feet. And look, the chair getting thrown out of the ring. 450 clothesline. The ref taking care of that chair. This is not a no DQ match. This is a regular one-on-one. So if that chair was used, there would have been a disqualification. And look at Chris Roberts, but no, Eddie King getting out of it. Chris Roberts was going for that pile driver, but look at the release German suplex. Eddie King rolling out of the ring. And look at Chris Roberts now. Getting the upper hand on the hardest part of the ring with a suplex on the apron. And now Chris Roberts not stopping, not letting his foot off the gas. Those blows to the face. And Roxanne 6 looking on by. The ref is now looking closely at Roxanne 6's movement, making sure she just doesn't do anything else malicious. Of course, the first time the ref took his eye off the ball and got pulled into the corner, knocked out, chair was in play, but the chair didn't get used, fortunately for Chris Roberts. The ref at a 7 count, I think. Back in the ring they go. Back in the ring. At the 8 count, and big boot missing. Waist lock from Eddie King. Just dropping Chris on his head. Chris Roberts is going to have a migraine after that. These bright lights are going to be affecting his head as well. 450 clothesline again from that springboard. Eddie King loves that 450 clothesline off the ropes. He does it all the time. It's like patent at this point. It's like it's a signature move at this point. And speaking of signature moves, Eddie King kick to the back of the head and the German suplex sliding through. Eddie King not quite done yet. Look at Eddie King with the fall from Grace No. Chris Roberts kicking out. And now, no, Chris Roberts trying to get out of the way. Kick to the knee. Chris Roberts has Eddie King up on his shoulders and dropping him on that top rope. Chris Roberts going to the corner, going up high. Chris Roberts turning around. Solar Rebirth. What a Phoenix Splash Chris Roberts is putting on a show for us. And once again, the vein splitter, no! Eddie King ducked it, and oh my god, the shoulder block, the crown shatter for the cover. And what a win for Eddie King over Chris Roberts. A little bit of malicious intent with that chair, and of course, pulling the ref in. But what is Roxanne 6? I mean, oh, look, as I was saying, this is unnecessary, Eddie King. But Eddie King wants to send a message to Thea. This is unnecessary. You don't gotta do this, Eddie. But Eddie King is attacking Chris Roberts. You already beat him. You already pinned him. You don't have to do this. And Roxanne 6 is getting a turn. Roxanne 6 swinging the chair at his arm. What a pathetic display from these two. What? I don't know what to say for Eddie King's actions. But I guess we have to move on. For our pre-main event, this is a rematch from episode 5. If you remember, in the Discord, Wesley Parker and Myers, they had a 5-star classic back on episode 5. I recommend watching the match back. That was a banger of a match. And they're doing it again. This is their second match here in UWF. These two have history from the past before UWF. They had a match. Myers won the first match, and now this is the second match. And who knows? Maybe if Wesley Parker wins, they can have a match at high stakes for their third and final match. I'm just the commentator. I don't make the matches. Trust me. But Wesley Parker and Myers is scheduled right now. And Myers, the leader of the Killshot Foundation. Of course, the only members of the Killshot Foundation is right there on your screen here in UWF. We got Sabin accompanying Myers to the ring. Myers and Wesley Parker put on a banger a few weeks back. what a match that was. It was definitely rated a 5-star in the Discord. Join the Discord down below today if you want to be part of the UWF Universe. Of course, Myers making his way to the ring against Wesley Parker. And this time around, Sabin is at ringside, so who knows what Sabin has up her sleeve. But these two, I mean, I don't think they respect each other too well. I'm not too sure. But I'm sure they can keep it civil and keep this a fair fight. But I guess we'll find out when Myers picked up the win a few weeks back in their first matchup here in UWF. And maybe Wesley Parker can come back swinging and win match number 2. Wesley Parker, a former TWF United States champion, versus Myers. Here we go. And Wesley Parker starting off strong, sweeping Myers off his feet. This is the pre-main event. We have UWF World title on the line for the main event. We have the Architect, Seth Rollins, making his way here to Upstate Wrestling versus Lazarus Hyde. If I'm not mistaken, Lazarus can, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Lazarus looks up to Seth Rollins. So that is a dream match that I would love to see. We're going to be getting here tonight for the main event. And it is for the big gold of UWF, the Men's World Championship. I'm excited for that match. But this match is also a match that I am excited for. I'm always excited for when we get Wesley Parker and Myers on our screens. And look at Myers looking to kick things up a notch early on in this match, but Wesley up in the ring, and the double foot stomp to a standing Wesley Parker. And Myers picking Wesley back to his feet. Irish whip reversed from Wesley in the corner, but turning Myers around, but Myers kicked in the midsection, and now Myers full speed ahead, the double knees to the back. Myers firing on all cylinders, not looking to stop his offense. He's going to keep going, but Wesley Parker turning around for the cutter. The springboard cutter connects. Now Wesley just eyeing his opponent. The kick to the ribs and a kick to the face. The disrespect. I guess that is the answer that I'm getting. I mean, these two don't respect each other. And the kick to the face after the roll up. I mean, these two have such good chemistry in the ring with each other. The double foot stomp missing. Wesley rolling out of the way. Going for a little double foot stomp action. Running into the ref though. And oh my god, knockout punch from Wesley. Knocking Myers down. Just like that. One lucky punch is all it takes. And Wesley swiping Myers off his feet. Fired up now is Wesley Parker. And now has Myers up. Wesley Parker. No, Myers. Super kick. What a sequence. I think Wesley Parker was going for the crane shot. But Wesley Parker will hold the legs. Leg drop down to the cojones. Wesley just picking Myers up with a Styles clash. These two are absolutely tearing the roof down. Bottom moonsault missing. Myers from behind. Locking up now. Kick to the midsection. Has Wesley up with a... Oh my, what a gut buster from Myers. Jesus Christ. And a leg drop once again. And look at Myers just taunting to the UWF Universe. And the super kick right to the face. Oh no, Myers. This is dangerous for Wesley Parker. This is not where you want to be in a match against Myers, but Wesley catching the foot. High kick to the face right there, knocking him down to the corner in the bottom there, just shoving the knee in his chest. Jesus Christ. That could give you heartburn. And now up on the middle rope, look at Wesley. Wesley fired up. Myers up to his feet, staggering a little bit. Went for the drop kick, but not. No one's home with that one. And now Myers back on his feet! Wesley's blade! And Myers is in the drop zone, so to speak. Look at Wesley Parker. The knee to the face. Up on his shoulders. And down he goes with the cutter. No, what a kick out. And Wesley Parker didn't get all of that pin, so you could only understand that maybe that was not the right move. Maybe he should have hooked the leg a little bit, but Wesley Parker wanted to get a little cocky with it. Went for the Swanton Bomb, but Myers with the knees up in time and the drop kick to follow up. These two are putting on a show for us today, and Sabin is watching by. So far, no interruptions from Sabin, unlike Roxanne 6 in the last contest we had. Thank God, am I right? Myers back on his feet, and the sling blade from Wesley, roll through, drop kick. Wesley Parker is impressive. Bottom rope move, no, Wesley Parker, unfortunate, missing the mark, the knee to the ribs there, and now these two going toe to toe, back and forth, slugfest from these two. These two have so much chemistry, so much history. It is currently 1-0. Myers is up on the score. Can Wesley Parker capitalize and tie this up? Myers with the right hook. A slap from Myers. And no slap. No! Blocking that slap from Wesley, but Wesley back at him. These two are absolutely going nuts now. And there it is. The hockey style fists. Back and forth, back and forth. These two hate each other. We can see it right in their faces. And look at Myers. GTS. And Myers dragging Wesley to the middle of the ring. And Myers isn't done yet. Going for the Kin shot. No! Drop to hold. And went for the clothesline. And there it is, the Wesley's blade. And Wesley Parker has him up. The cutter for the cover. 1, 2, 3. And Wesley Parker picks up the massive win against Myers. What a win. What a match. These two need a match in Vegas. Make it happen. What a match. Wesley Parker is unbelievable, and Myers put up a hell of a fight. It is all tied up to 1-1. And now we have Thea, the openweight champion, the fiery French woman, here to speak to the UWF Universe. Of course, I want to know what she has to say about Eddie King and Roxanne 6's actions earlier. It's unbelievable. I don't know what to say. I mean, maybe Thea, because Thea wants Eddie King to prove himself, and it seemed like Eddie King took a dirty tactic earlier. So is that really proving yourself for a championship shot? And Thea, she's all about going by the book. She wants Eddie King to prove himself. She wants Eddie King to do right by the UWF Universe to get a shot for the championship. But so far, earlier tonight versus Chris Roberts, it didn't look good. Eddie King got the win, but at what cost? And then of course attacking Chris Roberts after the fact. Are we serious, Eddie King? Are we serious?
Well, well, well. Tu ne pouvais pas t'en empêcher, hein. You had to have an interference to get that second win that would have convinced me to accept the match at high stakes. Unfortunately for you, I don't think you'd make a good champion if you have to cheat your way to the top. And usually, I would have sent you off to the back of the line here and now, but I believe in second chances. So tell you what, next week, on the go-home show before high stakes, you have one final match against someone of our boss's choosing. The trick is that to make sure you don't go and win in a dirty fashion again, is that I want to be the special guest referee. Win this match, you book your ticket to Vegas. Lose, in any way, shape or form, and you can stay home. On se voit la semaine prochaine, Eddie. Qu'est-ce que tu en dis?
And for the main event, the UWF World Championship is on the line. Up first, we have the champion, the sinister one, the divine one. He has been UWF World Champion since we opened back the doors of UWF. This is Lazarus Hyde. Of course, defeating TJ Frost. Defeating Adonis Blade. Lazarus Hyde was Mr. Money in the Bank before we shut down the doors to TWF. Lazarus Hyde deserves this opportunity to be world champion, and he has got it, and he is running with it. He is doing a marathon with this championship, and he's gonna keep going until the wheels fall off. Call him Darby Allin. I see the comparison. I see it. I see it. But like I was saying earlier, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Seth Rollins is an inspiration for Lazarus Hyde. So this is a very good matchup. Dream match, if you will. But Lazarus wanted this, by the way. This is not no random title match. Laz wanted this. And he's gotten it. He's defending his championship versus a tag team champion, a world champion, was a two-time Money in the Bank winner, the architect, Seth Rollins, FKA Tyler Black. Let's talk about it. But that's what Lazarus Hyde, and that's what it's all about, the UWF World Championship. And the UWF Universe is singing his song. Seth Rollins going up for the UWF World Championship. What a wrestler this guy is. This man is generational. He is phenomenal. He is inspirational. He is the architect. Seth Rollins. Of course, Lazarus Hyde is up against one of the best. Lazarus Hyde needs this win. If he can pick up this win, this says a lot about his reign as champion. Let's be honest. And Lazarus Hyde Lazarus is willing to put on his title on the line versus damn near future legends, future Hall of Famers. Seth Rollins is one of them. And of course, with what happens at high stakes, I think Lazarus is still interested in doing these after the fact if he wins, if he retains. And look at this, the UWF Universe singing his song. What a moment with Seth Rollins being in upstate New York. That's Lazarus Hyde, the champ, and that's Seth Rollins. And you hear the crowd, you hear the fans, and Seth Rollins hyping them up even more, singing his song, Generational. These two locking up, and it's still ringing through the arena, going crazy. But it's time to get into this. And you see the height difference between these two. The height difference is there. The knee strike not even phasing Laz, but Seth Rollins not letting it down the forearm. And look at Seth Rollins. Of course, you don't want Seth Rollins to get an early start in this matchup. You do not want, that's the last thing you want, is Seth Rollins getting an early start in this match. Because before you know it, Seth Rollins could be the new UWF World Champion. But Lazarus is not going to let that happen. Of course, TJ Frost won his match against Jordan Nori last week, which makes TJ Frost again the next in line for the UWF World Championship. Of course, next week, rumor has it, is that TJ is going to go versus Lazarus, and if TJ can win that match, he will then get another shot at the World Championship at high stakes. I guess we're going to find out. But again, Jordan Nori, let's talk about it. Jordan Nori put the boss man, Remy Martin, through a table weeks ago. are there going to be no repercussions to his actions? I mean, I get it, he's new here, he signed a contract, but there should definitely be a punishment for putting the boss, the UWF owner, through a table. Am I delusional? Am I speaking bullshit? I mean, I think we can all agree on that. But look at Laz. This is classic Lazarus. Jesus, textbook Lazarus Hyde in full effect here tonight. The sinister one, the divine one. He's called himself a few different names, and he is living up to them as we speak. And one of the names we can call him is UWF World Champion. The Muscle Buster suplex, leaving the ring now, and Seth Rollins taking it right to Laz with the waist lock. And no, Laz right hook down to the face of Seth Rollins. And now look at these short arm lariats down to Seth Rollins. And look at his ducking that clothesline. Ripcord drop kick. And both men are down. I mean, we're still early on to this match, but Lazarus is already winded. Lazarus is already out of breath. He needs a break already in this matchup. That's not a good sign early on in this match. Against Seth Rollins as well? Definitely not a good look. But look at Seth Rollins sizing up Laz. Oh, knee to the side of the face. The ref at a 6 count, by the way. You can only be champion if you win by pinning or submitting your opponent in the ring. There's champion's advantage. The champion could still retain even though he loses by count out. And look at Seth Rollins taking off the turnbuckle padding. And Laz pushing Seth back into the corner. And now look at this Irish whip. The missile drop kick into the corner. And the ref is fixing the turnbuckle pad. Look at Laz now. Look at Laz. The step up forearm. Lazarus Hyde picking Rollins back up to his feet. But Rollins kicked to the midsection. And now, just, oh my god, gut buster down to Laz. This new attire from Lazarus too, not too bad. The knees up in time. You got the full body suit, the red and black. I love red and black, by the way, my favorite color. And the crucifix from Laz, dragging his opponent in the middle of the ring, taking a little bit too much time. But you want to avoid a rope break, going for the cover. Seth Rollins could be in trouble. Retain, maybe? And no, Lazarus Hyde. Oh no! Seth Rollins dumping Laz to the outside of the ring. And Seth Rollins staring down to his opponent. Letting Laz get back in the ring perhaps, and look at Seth Rollins just eyeing that turnbuckle padding. Again, taking off that top turnbuckle padding. And again, these short arm lariats to Seth Rollins, laying him out. And looking like another ripcord drop kick. And Laz now setting Seth Rollins up right where he wants him. And the ref fixing the turnbuckle pad. The Death Rider from Lazarus. But the ref is distracted by fixing the turnbuckle padding that Seth Rollins messed with. And this would have been a 10 count by now. Lazarus could have retained the championship, but Seth Rollins playing mind games. The ref only getting a 1 count. I mean, that would have been a 20 count at least. And now look at these combinations. And planting with the Anaconda Vice down to Rollins. And Seth Rollins getting out of the hold, out of the submission. Seth Rollins. The drop kick not even phasing Lazarus at all. And the drop kick sending Seth Rollins down. But Laz is not done yet. Waist lock has Rollins up and down, planting him on that canvas. But Rollins back to his feet. Irish whip into the corner. But no, Laz elbow up to the face of Rollins, just dragging Rollins to the ropes. And dumping Laz back to the outside of the ring. And now Rollins just taunting to Laz. But Lazarus is back in the ring and Seth Rollins caught him off guard. Waist lock. And has him up and plants him down. Seth Rollins is in total control of this matchup. I mean, what can you expect from a performance like Seth Rollins? Laz back to his feet now. No, Rollins caught the foot. Kick to the midsection. And neckbreaker, slowing the pace down. The methodical offense from Rollins. And now Rollins back in the corner. Oh no, we know what this is. Protect your neck. It's a curb stomp from Rollins for the cover. New champ. This could be a new champion. But no. Lazarus Hyde staying alive in this matchup. Going to the middle rope. Look at Seth Rollins. Lazarus is in trouble. No one for the blockbuster perhaps, but Laz getting out of the way. Laz getting countered by Rollins. Those kicks to the leg. And the forearm, no, blocked by Laz. And the super kick. And another super kick to the face of Rollins. Lazarus is on a roll. The champion back in control of this matchup. Roll through. Looking like a brain buster. I can barely see because the ref in the way, but it is what it is. El Cameraman. But look at Laz. Knee to the face. Seth Rollins crawling to the corner, looking to get a breather. But Laz is right behind you. The champion is right behind you. Laz turning him around. But Seth Rollins elbow to the face. And the big pump boot kick. Seth Rollins is hurting. And look at Laz going to the corner. Wait a second. Wait a second. Laz up top. Is he going for it? The Meteora! I thought he was going for the Divine Stomp, but the Meteora works as well. Lazarus waist lock to Rollins, but no, Rollins elbow up. And look at this. The roll up is in. New champ. No. The deadliest move in EFED history can be the roll up. I don't doubt it for a second. Now look at this. In the corner, Rollins going for the buckle bomb. That move will break your back. Now look at Rollins back in the corner, going for it again. Another curb stomp. No, rolling out of the way. Lazarus caught him, waist lock, but Rollins 2 steps ahead of the game, of the champ. And now hopping over, flipping him over with a kick to the midsection. Seth Rollins could easily take this match and run away with it. This man has done everything you could ever think of. Lazarus effect for the cover to retain. What a kick out from the challenger, the architect, Seth freaking Rollins. What a match this is in our main event here tonight on this Wednesday evening. And now got a hold of the arms, headbutt to the back. Now Laz has him up again with another muscle buster suplex. And the leg drop to the back of the neck. That's gotta hurt. I know Seth Rollins has had issues with his back, his neck. It's not looking good for Rollins, but Rollins moving out of the way. And now look at Rollins. But Lazarus, the champion, ring awareness, getting out of the ring. Wise move. But Rollins is not going to stop there. Roll through again. Super kick. Look at Rollins on the apron. What is he looking to do on the apron? That's a far dive. That's far. And no, missing the knee strike. Unfortunate for Rollins. Went for a waist lock there, but Laz waist lock. Rollins backflip over the shoulder of Laz. Has Laz up. And the snake eyes planting the champion head first on the top turnbuckle. Now calling Laz to his feet. No, went for a kick there, but instead, crossbody, perfect crossbody. Picture perfect crossbody. Rollins back up top. Oh no. Going for it. The frog splash connects. I was hoping for the Phoenix splash, seeing if he can land that at all. Went for, oh my god, Laz went for a clothesline of some sort, but Seth Rollins has Laz up on the ropes there, working on that arm of Lazarus Hyde. Rollins, but Laz kicked to the midsection. Just dragging Seth Rollins to the other ropes. And the tornado DDT. Seth Rollins is in trouble. Laz going to the corner. Lazarus, impressive. The champion doing what he does. There, no! went for the divine stomp, but Rollins caught the foot. Big Pele kick. Lazarus and Rollins, this is a matchup for the ages. That forearm, a move in Lazarus Hide's arsenal he loves to do. Laz leaning up on the ropes, but Laz dumping Seth Rollins out of the ring. And look at Laz. Has Rollins in his sights. Suicide dive DDT! Lazarus Hyde is a fighting champion. He will put everything on the line to retain, to put on a show for the fans here in attendance in upstate New York. And German suplex on the outside of the ring. Both men are down. Both men are out. Both men are exhausted. Rollins back to his feet. Look at the welts. Look at the bruising forming on the body of Rollins. We can't really see Lazarus too much. He has all of that covering in the big knee from Lazarus. I mean, you can definitely see... Oh my god, wait a second. Seth Rollins. No, Laz caught the foot. And now the champion does not want to win by count out. So he puts the challenger back in the ring. You can probably see the similarities in both of these men's movements, their movesets, what they do, how they walk, how they talk. I mean, you can see it all. Now look at Rollins, waist lock applied. Oh my god, reverse DDT. Going for the cover. No hook on the leg, by the way. And that could have potentially costed Rollins not hooking the leg. If you're a wrestler, you know to always hook the leg. It will give you an advantage. And, oh my god! Lazarus Hyde! The underhook suplex to Rollins off the stairs. And oh, the gut buster. Lazarus Hyde is doing what it takes to keep his championship. To make his way to Vegas. To again defend it. And what a knee strike. Seth Rollins now, jawbreaker. Rollins tossing the champion back in the ring. Although Seth Rollins has had some dirty moves in this match so far. Oh no, no, not again, not again. Another curb stomp. Going for the cover. Possibly that's it. You never know. But no, that's not it. Lazarus kicking out again. Oh no. Seth Rollins calling the champ up to his feet. Just tossing Laz back in the corner, and Laz is busted open. Laz is bleeding. Seth Rollins body slam to Laz. Back up top. Seth Rollins looking to put this one away. Calling the champ up to his feet. Lazarus on his feet now. Crossbody again. Turning him around. Again. Another curb stomp. No, cutter from Laz. The champion. The champion. With a strong counter. With a cutter. And Seth Rollins back to his feet. Look at Laz now. But Rollins caught him. With a kick to the chest. Rollins working on that arm to wear his opponent down. To wear the champion down. Up on the middle rope. It's the champ back to his feet. Wait a second. The blockbuster connects this time. Now look at Rollins. Kicked. No. Caught the foot again. And the drop kick. No. Lazarus off the ropes. And the leg drop. Rollins moving out of the way. But look at Laz. The crucifix. These two are absolutely going ballistic in this matchup. In the corner, Seth Rollins is right where Laz wants him. Going up top now. Lazarus. Oh no. Lazarus looking to put this one away. No one for the divine stomp. And now Seth Rollins waist lock. Irish whip. And up he goes. Kick to the midsection. The pedigree. This could be a new champion. 1, 2. No. Seth Rollins. And no, Lazarus Hyde is on a run. Those forearms. And another one in the corner with a bulldog in the middle of the ring. Lazarus to the corner, up top, looking to finish this here. Leg drop. Turning Seth Rollins over, lifting him up with the face of God. The champion dragging Rollins to the middle of the ring for the cover. The leg is hooked. And Lazarus Hyde has retained his UWF World Championship. What a match. What a main event and what a show. Thank you all for joining me here on this Wednesday. If you like what you see, subscribe, like this video, and comment down below which match you liked best. And I will see you all next week for the Go Home show before UWF High Stakes. I will see you all then.